Yeah, yeah. I'm back. Good night. Yeah. Hail Mary long, touchdown in the zone. Texas on my mind, hook 'em till I'm gone. Steel curtains, Pittsburgh battle strong. Scope buffs to the beat, rap the fight song. College dream stadiums packed to the lid. 95 yards, let the Heisman bid. Boys in the huddle, plans never kid. From the Lone Star to the Rockies, heroism undid. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Scope buffs chin, every nerve fits. Pittsburgh sky like I love unearth it. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Lady love on the sidelines, heart in the game. Quarterbacks pass, parallel the same. Respect where it's due, never been lame. Love, laugh, subscribe, the flames never tame. Blitz crush, defensive line rewind. Buffs roar, another first down grind. Long live the gridiron, always unkind. Highlight reels, leaving trails behind. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Scope buffs chin, every nerve fits. Pittsburgh sky like I love unearth it. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Unearth it. Unearth it. Unearth it. Unearth it.
Hello. Can somebody tell me if you can hear me first and foremost? I just spilled a drink on my outfit, but you can't tell. So there's that. So how's everybody? Can somebody let me know if you can hear me? That would be fantastic. And I am an old woman today, and I have my heater next to my feet because I'm cold. So if you hear my heater, let me know. And yeah. Hey, Jen J. How are you, girl? Hey, Kimberly, welcome. Happy to see you over here. I am live because, well, somebody asked me if I would go live and do a random live, and I was like, absolutely. And so here I am doing my random live that I said that I would do. And then I was doing some research today, just like well, if you don't know, you should know how much I study YouTube. I don't study YouTube as much as I used to, but now I feel like I'm at the stage where I need to like implement some things that I've learned. And I realized that I officially have 5 members that have joined my membership on my channel. And so I was super excited, and I was like, I'm going to go live, and I'm going to, like, first of all, I'm super grateful to every single person who has joined my membership. So thank you for joining. That means the world to me. And also, I want to say thank you just for like being supportive and for you all like caring to hear what I have to say. And I'm releasing my football series. And I know some people have reached out to me and they're like, you should have more views on this series. You should have more views on the series. Here's the thing. I always tell people, sometimes you do things not for views. Like sometimes you do things just to like get them out of your head and like think about it and have it be like your baby and your little project. And so that is what I did. So yes, do I want people to like click on the videos, watch the videos, learn more about football? Do I want to educate people in that way? Absolutely. But for me, it wasn't always about that. It was more about me just like challenging myself and getting all of the things that I have in my head that I've done all season and putting them on paper. And so that's what I did. So that's what that series is. So there's 10 episodes. So as you'll see, they will release. And I'm proud of it. It was like my baby. And so, yeah, I mean, listen, do I wish that 9 million people would watch every single episode? Yes, but I created the series because I love football and I love teaching and I love just educating people on what I know, and I like to information share. And so it was a huge labor of love, and it was a huge information share. So I'm just excited every time a new episode releases, and I'm really proud of myself. So I get it. A lot of people are like, oh, I wish more people would watch this. If you want more people to watch it, share the content, more people will watch. If you share it, more people will watch it. If you like the series or if you have comments or anything you want to add, to it, add comments in the comment section below. But I want people to know that like I'm a person that does things that I like to do. And I liked to create the series, and so I created the series. And so, yeah, does it make it like cool and a lot of people watch it? Absolutely. But it's also fun for me that it's out there and into the world because, yeah, it's just fun. So anyway, so there's that. So thank you for the 5 people that have joined my membership. I honestly launched my membership and I was like, no one's going to join. No one's going to care about this. But people actually joined and they're enjoying it. I have behind the scenes content. And I post also in the tab of just members only tab. So I do that. I put the link in the chat if you're interested in joining my membership. You can join it. The link is there. So there's that. And then, yeah, I don't have an agenda. I have the Colorado, Texas, and the Steelers in my description and whatever else comes up, because we all know I love a good tangent. And also, hey Rod. And so, yeah, so that's why I'm here. I have so many things working in the background right now. I am filming more outside, obviously post a picture of the wind blowing. So I am booked and busy and blessed and all the things. So yeah, so I'm so glad that I actually picked to wear this because you actually cannot see that I spilled something on my shirt because that is what I do. So needless to say, I am here. I am going to be on live as long as probably like an hour or so. I don't know, but I'm just here and I was dressed up and I actually look like I have something going on in my life. And I thought, why don't I just start a live? So that's why I'm here. So hello, Rosecran. Hey, Goat, how are you? So yeah, so I'm just going to give my spiel about Colorado real quick, Texas real quick, Steelers real quick. So first, Colorado. I should have put Steelers first. My take on Colorado is I have no thoughts. I have a video coming out tomorrow where I'm talking about Texas and Colorado in the same video. First time ever that I am talking about Texas and Colorado in the same video. So I have that. So I will release that tomorrow. And I'm actually going to premiere it because somebody that is very important to me suggested that I premiere it. So I'm going to premiere that tomorrow. So there will be that. What do I think about Colorado? What do I think they're at? Honestly, I don't have any thoughts. You will find with me, I don't care how many coaches you bring in. I don't care how many players you bring in. I don't care if you bring in 97,000 people. I really don't care. I want to see the results on the field, and it's in the spring, and I can't see any of the results I need to see in the spring. Colorado struggled at stopping the run. Colorado didn't run the football. Colorado's offensive line was suspect. Colorado, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they've fixed any of that. So I can't call it. So if you want me to say something, I don't really know what to say. They are getting new coaches and things like that. I don't care if they get 75 coaches. Great for them. That's amazing. So I just don't really care about any of that stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. We'll see, right? I will be honest and say that I did break my watching well off cycle. And I did watch a well off video. I was not impressed. I was not impressed by anything I saw in the video. So if you're wanting to ask me who shined, what I liked, what made me excited, what in the moment was I like, okay, nothing. Yeah. So that's kind of how I feel about Colorado. I'll just leave it at that. Those are my thoughts about Colorado. Watch the video. Didn't see anything I was really excited about. I did like the defensive line's attitude. I did like that. I like their attitude. Yeah. So that's my Colorado take. And what is there anything else that I watched that I was like, yes? Honestly, no. So defensive line, great job. Phenomenal. Listen, I'm not saying that the defensive line is going to be good. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. All I'm saying is when I finally watched a well-off video after how long? Probably been about a year and a half. The first thing that I liked was that defensive line. Nothing else impressed me. Offensive line didn't impress me. Jordan Seaton wasn't doing much. I don't think he was participating. Offensive line didn't impress me. The fact that they couldn't tackle didn't impress me. The fact that the linebackers looked slow. The fact that some of the people in the secondary look slow. I get the camera angle is low. So listen, that's how I feel. So I'm leaving that where it's at. So moving on to Texas. So Texas football has not started spring yet. However, hook 'em, by the way. Everybody is obviously already overdoing the whole Arch Manning thing. So Arch Manning can throw a football. So therefore, because he can throw a football and because his name is Arch Manning, we're going to the national championship. I don't subscribe to that. He is a quarterback. He's going to have to prove it to me. And until Arch Manning does something that I think is phenomenal, I'm not going to say he's phenomenal. There's that. What else about Texas? They have a lot of young guys. They're replacing a lot of guys, and they haven't done anything. Their spring hasn't started. So it's like all the stories and stuff we're getting out of Texas is like what they're doing when they just like get the quarterback and receiver and go throw the ball. You know, he's throwing against air. We all know he's super athletic. We all know he can dunk. We all know he's phenomenal. He's Arch Manning. Got it. Whatever. So yeah, that's what I think about Texas right now. Nothing. Texas also got a ton of coaches. And Texas also replaced a ton of coaches. Texas was also in the semifinals, but I don't care because that was 2024. This is the 2025 season. So I honestly, respectfully, don't care about anything that Texas did in 2024 season because it doesn't matter. It is a new season, 0-0, 0-0, new coaches, new everything. I hope to God Sark has fixed his red zone offense. That would be absolutely spectacular if he has fixed that. I mean, at this point, he's hired about 9 coaches. It hasn't been 9, but he's hired a lot of coaches. So he should have his red zone offense figured out. But nothing else is happening with Texas, right? They haven't started. So I don't really have a lot to say. I just know we're young, canceled our spring game. I don't really care about that. Yeah, so that's what I think about Texas. Those are my feelings about Texas. I don't have anything good to say, right? Because they haven't done anything. So just like Colorado, I watched Colorado and I have nothing good to say. That defensive line, I like their attitude. That's all I got. And Texas, I have nothing positive to say about Texas right now. Nothing. They haven't started. So 0. That's how many positives I have to give Texas right now. 0. Colorado 1, Texas 0. And then the Steelers are batting negative. The Steelers are batting negative. Negative. So just, the Steelers. Okay. The Steelers they just haven't done anything besides signing DK Metcalf. But I thought the path we were headed once we signed him was one way. Then we signed him and then we didn't do anything else. So the Steelers right now are, just no. I've been saying for a long time that they're on a strategic rebuild. Everyone is annoyed with me that I keep saying publicly that they are on a strategic rebuild. Read them between the lines. And they are on a strategic rebuild. And until you sign people to longer deals than 1 year, I will not think otherwise. So yeah, the Steelers are the Steelers. I'm nervous about their draft picking. I'm nervous about where we're going as an organization. I'm nervous about what the hell is going on. I'm nervous about leadership. I could go on and on about the Steelers. I have a video about the Steelers, and the Steelers are like I don't know what they are at this point. So that's where we are. So if we are grading teams of how I feel, Texas is going to be number 1 just because they haven't done anything to piss me off. So it's like, if you don't do anything to piss me off, you're number 1. So I'll give Texas number 1. So kudos to them. I will give Colorado number 2 because the only great thing I saw coming out of Colorado was that defensive line, which is great. I'll give them 2. And the Steelers are number 3. And they're number 3 by far. Yeah, they're number 3 by far. And so that's that's the lay of the land on all my teams and how I feel. So there's that. And yeah, anything else that I want to talk about, get off my chest. Usually when I am live, nobody wants to come and talk to me. So I just end up rambling, and I can drop the link. If anybody wants to come talk to me, you're more than welcome to come talk to me. If you want my opinion on something, if you have any comments, let me know in the comment section below. Rose Cran has dropped my merch link. Kudos to him. I have the membership link. If anybody wants to join my membership, you are there. You're there. It is there, is what I should have said. And the other thing I was thinking about too is I really need the Steelers. I just don't even know what I'm going to do with the Steelers. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, just to level set. So if anybody's wondering what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, things like that, you will learn that I usually try like once a week to make a video about my specific teams, but I won't make a video about a team just to make a video about a team. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, if I have no news coming out about Texas, I'm not going to make a Texas video. Texas isn't doing anything. I'm not going to make a Texas video. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I'm rolling. So what's up, Rawhide?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm just here rambling and stating my opinions about my teams. Basically, nothing's happening. so I'm, just giving my opinions. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. Hey, just man, you looking good today. No, just straight up. Don't just call it down. Man, you looking good today. Hey, I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks.
Did you get the elephant though? Did you get the elephant?
I got the elephant. I ignored it. I got it. I ignored it. Yep. I ignored it.
Okay. I didn't know if you
talked about it. No, I was in the middle of, I think when I saw it, actually, I was talking about the well-off video that I watched, and I was just kind of like, yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, I got it. You know, you come a little closer to me every time we talk. It's okay.
It's funny. Okay. And like I said before, I don't mind that. And I've also noticed though, for me, the older I get, the more I kind of sit back and listen to how other people talk and express themselves. And so it's always an interesting thing to see. So
yeah. But anyway, I know you ain't on that, so I'll just we can get on that Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know what y'all doing. I'm thoroughly disappointed. I hate they're doing Mike Tomlin like that, because in the end, it's going to be a bad showing for him if they don't rectify this issue, and because they're already trying to call for his head. So I am very upset about it.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, right? Like hindsight's 20/20. I don't even blame. Like, I'm proud of Justin Fields for basically standing up for himself and doing what he needed to do for himself. But what are the Steelers doing? Like, what are y'all doing? Like honestly, what is the plan?
Yeah,
honestly, like I can't am I? And you know me, like I try to be very practical when it comes to my teams. I don't know what the plan is. I can't see it.
Do you think they misplayed it? Do you think they thought that, hey, we would probably sign Justin Fields while they went and got DK Metcalf? Because you would think that them going to get DK Metcalf makes me think that they were going to get a cheap quarterback.
That's what, maybe, but at the same time, like, this is business. So you have to have somewhere, somebody in the room would have to say, yes, let's do this. This is plan A. But what is plan B? It feels like to me but you know what? Then those stupid Aaron Rodgers reports came out, and I'm like, you can't tell me that's our plan B.
I don't even know why they want Aaron Rodgers. I would draft a quarter before I played him. Before I played or paid him, I would just draft me a quarterback whatever I got and went with that. That's not the best plan in the world. I got to give a shout out to JB. He called it before anybody. I ain't even talking on YouTube. I'm talking about on television.
In life.
Yeah, he called that, and he hit the ball out the park. He said Aaron Rodgers is shot. He said once you do that stuff, then your motivation for being a good player or whatever you're doing in life, that it's on the back burner. So and he plays like that, and he acts like that too.
And not exactly. And Jen's right. Steelers looking to repeat 10-7 loading. That's it, right? That's it. That's what we do. And somebody said to me, they were like, "But you like consistency. Why does this bother you?" Listen, in sports, okay, it's about winning. It's like this isn't life. And life is about consistency. In sports, you got to win the game. The Steelers organization is about winning championships. That's historically who we've been. So if you want to tell me now you want my expectations to be we're going to go 10-7 and make the playoffs and lose in the first round, like if that's who we're going to be, okay, but that's not what I want us to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
So,
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm just because I think Mike Tomlin's gonna be the one that's he's the one who's gonna have to take it. I mean, it's just it's too much noise around the fact that, they repeating the standard is the standard, and the standard is the Super Bowl, but yet he hadn't won a playoff game in over a decade.
That, and we have, in my video that I released yesterday, we haven't hit on a first round draft pick that is still with our team that has production that is not named TJ Watt. That was in 2017. Think about what I'm saying here. We have not had a first round draft pick that is still with the Pittsburgh Steelers since 2017. So they're missing in the draft. So they're not evaluating talent correctly, in my opinion. One or two misses, I got it. But Broderick Jones is still with the team. He came in 2023. And last year, the guy that we drafted, it got hurt. But like we just let go of Najee. Obviously, Kenny Pickett. I think Ryan Shazier in there. But my point is saying, like, you can't build a football team when the guy who's supposed to come in and be the guy that has a guaranteed contract can't even play. We're missing.
Yeah, y'all are. Let's be honest about it. Is that y'all they held on the bend far too long.
Way too long.
What I don't like is, and I could be wrong, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like not only did they hold on to him too long, I feel like that they didn't even want to disrespect him by getting a quarterback.
So at the time, gosh, that was such a long ago, but I think so. I believe there was like in between the year where he had a decent year, but then the next year he fell off. So like in between those 2 years, I remember like people were like, "Oh, is it time to let Ben go? Is it time to let Ben go?" But whatever. The GM or the owner came out and was like, "We're going to let Ben play as long as Ben needs to play."
Yep. That's.
Do you know what I'm talking? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And so in that moment, I was like, "Okay, well then you're going to cripple us." Like, because you just told him he can get comfortable. You also told other quarterbacks, don't even worry about it because we're going with this guy. And Mike Tomlin, that is a coded language of, I'm the boss. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I think we lost those kind of 3 years of preparation before he left. And then he left. And then think about it. We haven't had anybody since.
Yeah. And I hear people, I know people don't, if it's more than 1 year, that their memory and their recallability kind of goes out the window. But my question is, do you think they blame Tomlin for that Big Ben deal?
Which one?
Just like, the fact that by holding on to him.
So I think so. What's actually interesting? If you would have asked me that question 2 years ago, I would have said yes, they blame Ben. But now, did you see the report where they were like, the Steelers have the worst facilities? The Steelers have the worst, like, now I think we have an organizational problem. And again, I'm saying this, and you know how Steelers fans are, we're very prideful. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's very similar to the Texas Longhorns. Like if I came up here and I was like, Texas Longhorns suck. Program sucks. They can't recruit. People would be like, excuse me? But honestly, if you look at the Steelers, they're not very good. Like they're not very good at evaluating talent right now. They're not very good. Their facilities suck. They got Fs. They got Fs in leadership. Like, so that means you're not very good, right?
Yeah.
I don't. I think we're failing in leader. I think this is a failure in leadership. And because the organization is so prominent, we don't want to have the conversation, but we need to have the conversation.
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, you know better than me. I got a bad feeling that they're not going to fire him, but they're going to part ways after this season if it don't go right.
And my thing is, loud. Well, and my thing is, though, and again, obviously, we don't know who's talking about what behind closed doors, right? We don't know whatever. But on some levels, like, Mike Tomlin might be like, cool.
Yeah, he might
Get
be.
me
He
out of
might
it.
be.
You know,
Yeah, he
like
might
get
be.
me out of this crap. Like, this
But
is
you got,
terrible.
but you know what I'm saying? As African American black, well, yeah, I just said the same thing twice. But as a black coach in the NFL, let's be honest about it. He really the only one we got to hang our hat on.
True. But at the same time, if you have a failure in leadership, I'm of the belief that if Mike Tomlin was fired from the Steelers or let go from the Steelers or whatever, he would probably have a lot of placement.
Oh yeah, he'll get a
Probably
job
5 or
immediately.
6.
Yeah, he'll
Right.
get a job immediately.
So
Yeah.
if that's the case, then he will have another opportunity to build to continue to build on his legacy. Because like I said, if I'm right and the problem is organizational and the problem is leadership, it doesn't matter what Mike Tomlin does because it's not going to work regardless.
Yeah, I just don't. I want him to lead on his terms. I don't want nobody. I think he's too good of a coach. Like, and I also agree with that about Bill Belichick. I don't like what happened with Bill in New England, and I
Yeah.
don't want that to happen to Mike.
Well, you know what? Mike Tomlin can leave Pittsburgh and then go coach at Colorado. Too far? Okay, sorry. Too much.
Yeah, I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that.
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
touching that.
Yeah, I mean, and like I always say, I feel like football is a pie in reference to my series. It really is though, but I feel like in accountability it is too, right? The head coach has a little bit, the GM has a little bit, the ownership has a little bit, the coaches or the players. And I just think I honestly feel like this feels like a leadership problem. Everything that I'm hearing, everything that I see them do outwardly, every time I kind of talk to somebody like behind the scenes off the record, I feel like we have a leadership issue that no one wants to talk about because the Rooney's are so like, you know, I don't want to say NFL royalty, but kind of.
Yeah, they are. They are NFL royalty. They are. And honestly, I got mad respect for the Rooney. I like how they run it.
Yeah.
And honestly, if more teams ran it that way, they'd probably be a little more successful. If Tomlin had been bad just a couple of seasons, they'd been so much better today.
And that's what I always say. We always say in life, right? Sometimes you have to take a couple of steps back to move forward.
Yeah,
it's like we haven't done the taking a couple of steps back. We're doing it strategically and all these things. We're doing it by letting Justin Fields walk and letting all these things happen, letting Ben stay too long. And I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah. I don't know, though. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. And it's kind of funny, though, too, because of all teams that I expected to be frustrated with this offseason, if you would have asked me before the season started, would it have been the Steelers? I would have been like, absolutely not. Like, I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Like, I'm shocked that I'm like, are you guys serious? And yes, they're dead serious.
Yeah. Hey, bring back Russell Wilson. Do not sign. Please do not sign Aaron Rodgers.
I agree. That's what I tweeted that on Monday. I think I was like, today would be a great day to sign Russell Wilson.
Yeah, just get him back. I don't know what other move they can make. Could they move up in the draft?
So I said in my video, I was like, listen, at this point, give away so I brought up two things in my video. I think I said, is his name Joe Milton, the guy who's in the Patriots that was he at Tennessee?
Yes. Yeah.
So I was like, what do we have to do for him just as a young guy? Like, because at this point, we're not hitting on our draft picks anyway. So my point is when something isn't working, you do something different to fix it, right? Like that's how life works. We're not doing anything to fix it. We're just going to keep doing the same thing. So that's why I'm like, what are we doing? So I don't know.
Right. Do you really want Milton though?
I'm just thinking of anybody who's available that
y'all at that point.
has a skill set that can complete passes. I mean, we literally have Mason Rudolph.
God, and that's not having nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So at least I know what Mason Rudolph is, right? Like we've seen it. We know what it is. Milton, I don't know what it is, but my thing is if you're not doing different things, are you trying? Like, what are we? Aaron Rodgers. Are you kidding me?
And then and his arrogance, which I know I get it, right? I'm probably I'm not gonna go there, but I'm just saying his look, I'm not one to crap on people's arrogance, but I'm just saying he comes off like honestly, he comes off like he need to be punched in the face sometimes.
Well, and why would you want a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers and not a 36-year-old, 37-year-old Russell Wilson?
So you didn't even say it right. Why would you want a 40-something-year-old arrogant Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, So, but again, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So so you all mean to tell me you make millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you all got in a room and you looked at who was available, and everybody was like, Aaron Rodgers. Yep, we're gonna wait for Aaron Rodgers. Is that like, I don't know.
What do y'all have any trade pieces?
Not really. Not really.
Yeah,
I mean, so
we draft.
Right. So listen, at this point, I said this before. I'm like, make us an offer. Like, what do you want? Like, let's think about it. Let's have a conversation. But
Right.
I don't really think we have anybody that anybody would like. I mean, obviously, the obvious is TJ Watt. I don't think they're going to let go of TJ Watt. Cam Hayward is old. Minka Fitzpatrick, honestly, is not the youngest safety, unless he goes to a contender. But a contender, obviously, is not going to have a draft pick that's going to help us, right? So that's a wash. We already gave away a second for Metcalf. My issue is we have money to spend and we still can't get a guy. That's what blows my mind. We have money to spend and we're waiting for Aaron Rodgers.
That's you. Y'all are in the pickle. I'm trying. I was just sitting thinking like, could they move up? But again, the word on the street is this young man. Well, he ain't young no more. This old guy from Louisville. He's 42 years old. Played at Louisville, but obviously, right?
Oh, you're talking about the one quarterback that ran the 40 at the combine?
Yeah, but
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. So
how old is he though, for real?
I think he's 25. 25. I think he's 25. He stayed injured a lot. But anyway, I hear his name come up a lot. And I've been hearing his name come up a lot here lately. And but again, do you want to reach? I mean, if you don't believe in that, do you want to reach? Because I think they reached with Kenny Pickett.
Listen, the only quarterback I would get if he fell is Shador.
You want Shador in Pittsburgh?
Listen, at this point, I just want to feel good about something, and at least he would make me smile. Now, listen, he'll
okay.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm like? I'm at that point where I'm just like, give me something. Give me. We have Mason Rudolph.
Yeah,
that's a Shador over him.
That's a hard place to play with average arm strength.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's a hard place.
It's hard as hell. I think that's why Cleveland is kind of figuring out, whatever. But honestly, I'm just saying that because at this point, it's just like, what I get if you don't have a running back or if you don't have a receiver. Well, we did that last year, but it's like, we don't have a quarterback.
No, you don't have a quarterback. Hey, if y'all could get Jackson Dart, if you could get him, I think that's something to be like, okay, we can work with that.
Do you think he will drop though to 21?
No, I don't think so. Last I heard, Saints.
So what are they going to do with Derek Carr?
I guess he'd be the bridge or let him go.
Because they also have Spencer Rattler, don't they?
Is he there? Is he there?
I thought Spencer Rattler was at the Saints. Let me see. Didn't they draft him last year?
No, well, yeah, you have to tell me. I can't keep it up.
Spencer Rattler. Yep, he's with the Saints.
So apparently they don't like him then, if that's what I'm hearing. Because I think, what was that, not Todd McShay, but Mel Kiper, I think he had 9 to the Saints.
Really?
I think that's what I heard today. Yeah, his latest mock.
Well, then that's interesting. So you have Derek Carr, you have Spencer Radler, and then you're going to get Jackson Dart. That I don't know. That sounds a little.
You know, they quarterback drunk, all of them.
Yeah, yeah, and but you know what? So what about Derek Carr to the Steelers?
Now I don't think that's bad.
What if
I don't think that's bad at all.
Especially if they want Jackson Dart, and
I
y'all go get
don't
Jackson
think that's
Dart.
a bad move. I like that. I like that. Really good job.
Listen, I'm trying anything.
Hey, I like that though. No, I don't think Derek Carr is because he got hurt last year. I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be. Now, granted, time is accumulating and he ain't showing a whole lot. But yeah, I like that.
I mean, at this point, we have Mason Rudolph. Yeah, Mason Rudolph.
Why they ain't cut him yet?
No, it's worse. It's worse than that. He left the team last year to go play with the Tennessee Titans. The Steelers went and got him in free agency.
Oh, okay then. I was about to say, I'm like,
they went and got him.
And then, Myles Garrett should have went on. Never mind. But he should have solved y'all problems for good. But anyway, I'm just saying, man, I don't like no Mace Rudolph. No, he ain't it. He ain't the answer.
Can you imagine if the Steelers would have gotten Myles Garrett? The Cleveland Browns would have never sent him to Pittsburgh.
They would have never done that.
And Pittsburgh wasn't going to pay him $40 million anyway. So
no, they're not. No, but if they had of, I can say this: y'all don't need a quarterback now.
That's true. So they said a Louisville QB is very good. Miami played against him. Tyler was very good arm with accuracy. I mean, like I said, though, I don't trust the Steelers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the team I grew up watching and the team I see now. I don't recognize. I can't, those two teams don't compute. And it sounds really ridiculous saying that, right? Because my team was in the playoffs, right? My team is not the Cleveland Browns or the New York Jets or the Giants or the, you know what I mean? Or the Saints or like all of these teams that are the Jaguars, in my opinion, that have just whatever. But at the same time, it's like, so I don't get to have expectations because we're better than those sucky teams? No. That's not how this is supposed to work.
Honestly, I don't even think you all. I think if you was in the NFC, the Steelers could make it to the NFC Championship game. They just can't make it to the AFC Championship game. And that's the problem y'all got too, is that no matter who you get, you still got to deal with Joe Burrow. You still got to deal with Lamar Jackson. That's 4 games you're going to play every year. Two of the probably, now Cincinnati, they didn't have a good season last year, but I think we all think that Cincinnati is one of the better teams in the league.
I agree.
So
they have the best offense in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
Easily.
Yeah, for sure. So that's 4 games every year, and if you don't have enough to combat that, you're gonna have some issues. And to still win 10 games says a lot, which means that you're just in the wrong division with that type of team that you got.
Well, and so I always tell people the way that we used to win was we were the best team in the division, right? Like it was always between us and the Ravens, and we would battle it out. And we, at the time, we were better than the Ravens, and we just had a lot of games, right? It's division rivals. Now, though, we're not better than anybody consistently. And that's our issue. And because I don't know if you believe this, but in the NFL, you have to be better than your division to really be able to do anything. If you're not the best, you have to at least be the second best.
Yeah.
We're not that.
And people can poo-poo Cleveland all they want. Cleveland is not far away. I don't believe it. I just don't believe they're far away. If they get mediocre quarterback play, they're just as good.
I agree. I don't understand. Well, you know why though? That's the media. The media talks about the Cleveland Browns because organizationally, sometimes they do dumb things. But their roster isn't a bad roster at all.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It ain't.
It's not bad at all. Their offensive line needs a little bit of work. But yeah, I don't. If I was somebody, yeah, I don't mind Cleveland. I don't think they're terrible.
Hey, a Pittsburgh Steelers fan telling somebody that the offensive line needs work. That's funny.
Uh, Ours is so bad.
I'm just messing with
Like
you.
I was going to say, I thought we've already
I'm just
established
messing with
that. But like ours is so bad. The problem though is the Browns' offensive line used to be their consistency.
It
So
was. You're right.
So that's why I said that it used to be one of the best, and now it's actually shocking. It's just not.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but that I guess what I'm saying is that's the one area I feel like they're really lacking is that offensive line, which is funny because that used to not be the case.
Yep.
But it used to be the one area they were actually good at with Joe Thomas and what is it, Bitonio and Alex Mack and all those guys.
Well, now that's impressive.
What?
You naming those names like that's impressive.
Why do you do this?
What I do what?
I can't I feel like you say things and you're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I watch football for real.
No, that is not what I said. Oh my God. I just fought for 4 hours dealing with that. Don't do me like that.
Like the one time I was like, yeah, well, no, when those guards were pulling or whatever, and you were like, did y'all hear that she said the guard? I'm like, shut up.
I'm just saying I couldn't even recall the name, so I thought it was impressive.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were good. They were good.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, super good. The other thing I was going to ask you is, you don't watch Well Off, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, don't. Spoiler.
Yeah, I got off that narcotic. No, I don't watch that.
Don't. Yeah, just don't.
I mean, okay, look, let me just go put it this way. I was a avid fan, but I like football. Like we're talking like the Steelers. I like SEC football. I like people to actually try to win football games. And when I saw they kind of they went away from my fundamental how I philosophically believe the game should be played and how it should be done, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna back off a little bit. I'm gonna back off a little bit. Yeah, so I had to kind of get off of that, because I don't like that. I don't like it because I think they could have been. Honestly, I think they could have been. I think they could have made the bowl game the first year, and I believe they could have made it to the college football playoffs this year if they had done right the first year.
Well, and right, that goes back to just the basic philosophy of a football team.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, and that's like, it's so funny. So I was having this conversation with a friend and we were just talking about just like the football landscape. And one of the things that one of my few female friends, female friends? No,
yeah,
one of my few friends that like sports like I do. And so anyways, we were just talking and I was like, gosh, it's just so frustrating when you can see what people do wrong and you can call it out and you can see it and you can hope and you can, but then they just don't do it. And that's how I feel about Colorado. Like it could be all so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. It's like, this could be like, just do the thing. Just do the.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. That's like every time somebody's like, well, we should have done that. We should have beat Kansas State. If you managed the clock, you would have beat Kansas State. Like that's you. That's your problem.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't have it's like gosh. So that's why things like that are frustrating.
But you know what's weird is though, I use the same energy with other teams, but people don't hear it. I.e., like your team, Texas. They played in the game. I think when it was on the goal line. I gave them crap for that. I'm like, why are you making this hard?
Same.
I
still give them crap.
Hard.
Same.
So I apply the same energy to everybody. I mean, but that's just kind of how I like the game. That's just how I watch it. So it's really hard for me to see potential and you just throw it away.
Squandering it. Yeah. That was my issue too. Yes, the on the goal line, terrible. Yes, I agree. I tell people I actually feel more annoyed about the score at halftime, right before halftime, because that was a complete failure in coaching. What are you blitzing for?
Oh, you talking about Colorado or you talking about Texas?
No, Ohio State. Yeah, Texas, Ohio
State.
Sate. What are you doing? Everybody knew it was a screen. I thought.
You said you thought.
like, were you not sitting at home? Like, I knew the play. I don't. There was either one or two things, right? You either hand off the ball and just kind of run off the clock, or you run a screen. You don't blitz. I know that. I know you actually don't blitz. Like, I don't know much of anything, but I know you're not supposed to do that. Anyways, so that's why I'm just like, what the hell was that? That was stupid. That was just as stupid as Colorado not running the ball, though. So that's what I'm saying. It's all dumb, you know? Like every team does it. It's stupid.
Well,
so
now I see Jen J just say you quote Lauren Hill, and it goes unappreciated. Lauren Hill sucks.
Oh, here you go with this crap. Crap.
I knew that was spark a comment. There you go.
Here we go. On this channel, we don't bash women. Okay, on this channel.
I thought we were talking about the music. I apologize. We're talking about her personally. not her at all. Yeah. No, but honestly, I'm just messing with it. I'm just messing with Jen. But no, but you're right. I mean, it just, I don't know. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I don't Texas, know. Colorado. I see you got your L and F going on, but look.
Rawhide.
Say what?
Respectfully.
What you talking about? What you say?
Respectfully.
What you say? What?
Go kick rocks barefooted.
Don't do me like that. I was talking about Colorado and Texas.
You're lying. Is that all you're talking about? You're a liar. You're an absolute liar.
What? Okay, you're right.
And at this point, we need to say on his RNF stuff, because I was here first.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So don't get it twisted.
Whoa! I don't want no smoke now. I don't want no smoke. I ain't say that.
I'm just saying. I was here first. You're coming into my lane and you don't know what you're talking about. So
wait, I didn't even say nothing.
Yeah, not you not knowing what you're talking about. I'm saying if you're gonna cover a team, you at least should know the team's names.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy though. Come on, but you had to admit though, you had to think when you said that out loud though, when you came on, you said talk about Texas and Colorado, something that you never do. You can't tell me that did not cross your mind.
No.
It didn't?
Oh. No. You know me. Once I'm over you, I'm over you. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Call it a character flaw. No, because I actually know both teams and I'm honest with it. So I wouldn't.
Okay. My bad. Too much. I apologize. We can get off of it.
No. Actually know the players.
Okay, too much.
The other thing I will say though that is interesting to me about Texas is obviously they're not in spring, right? So like nothing's really happening. So there's like nothing's coming out, whatever, right? Nothing's going on. Everybody's just fantastic right now. We're in that stage. Like spring starts next week. Everybody's fantastic. Everybody's so good. They've been lifting weights. They're in shape. They look so good in their t-shirts and shorts. And Arch Manning is going out there and he's throwing the ball even in the heavy winds, right? Like, got it. I don't even know what success would look like for me with Texas. I have nothing for them until they play Ohio State. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Arch Manning's your quarterback. Cool. You have offensive linemen. You've been top 5 recruiting classes for the past 3 seasons. You've gone to the semifinals twice. What do you want me to say in the spring at this point?
I want you to say Arch Manning is like that. What? My fault. I'm sorry. Okay, too much. I apologize. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. It's late. I'm sorry. I should have said that. I just said it. Oh, my God, though.
And you know what's actually funny? Arch Manning might be freaking terrible.
I'm just saying.
Like that's my thing is like he might be terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Like and I always but I always say, if you got it, you don't have to comment how much you got. You don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm not here to talk up the Texas Longhorn roster. I'm not here to talk about how great our linebacker group is and how great our defense is and our quarterback, and I'm not here to do that. Somebody else can go hype them up. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to know that, are you going to be ready to go against Ohio State, and are you going to beat them? Period.
Well, the good thing, well, the good thing is, this is in all seriousness, but the good thing is, though, whether they win or lose against Ohio State, and I get it right.
Did you see Jen J? Make sure you incorporate a parent segment.
Listen, I was going. She is really egging me on to really jump all the way 10 toes, just 2 feet in on that. But I'm just gonna leave it alone and keep it moving, because I did want to use that last statement she typed, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. But I'll say this though. The Ohio State game, if you want to me, you look at that game as, and I know it's unfortunate, and I know people is hating the fact that college football is turning into this, but the win or loss against Ohio State, to me, absolutely don't even matter. It has nothing to do with the end result of the season. They can lose, they can get smoked. So what? Who cares? It's not going to prevent them from making it to the playoffs. But I guess if you want to watch the game and see how they look and how they measure up, see if some coaching philosophies has changed a little bit, then I think it's a good test for that. But outside the W or the L, it don't matter.
Yeah, and I want to see, and I'll continue to say this until my mind changes. I'm not an Arch Manning bandwagoner right now. I'm not saying Arch Manning should win the Heisman. I'm not even saying because I don't know. I'm not on that. I don't know. I mean, listen, do I think he's a good quarterback? Yes. Do I think, whatever, all the things? Yes, he can make the throws, he can run, he can do this, he's an athlete, he's a Manning, block. Got it. Okay. Like, that's kind of where I stop. I'm like, go, and not only that, I want to see how he plays on the road. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see how he's going to be in the environment. I want to see how Coach Sark is going to call games for him, as opposed to how I watched him call games for Ewers. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see that. And so that's why for me, I'm like, it's the spring. I know the guys' names. I'm going to look and see, who's the second team, third team, because I believe in competitive depth. Like, I want to see who's probably going to rotate on the defensive line. But I don't care. They all have muscles. They all look strong. They all better be fast. They all better. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I don't know what you mean. I can't say that. I cannot speak on football players. That is something I cannot do.
You're right. So you don't say that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want basic things. Like, you better have done good in the weight room. You better show up on time. All those things I could care less. I want to see who the first team is, who's going to be the competitive depth, or any of the freshmen going to step up. And unpopular opinion, when I evaluate my football teams, I want to see how my second year guys are doing, or my third year guys are doing, or the guys that have been there for a long time in the system that had somebody very good ahead of them that are now probably going to either be starters, or they might be fighting for their position from a freshman or something. Like, I like that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because I think that wins games, not the shiny freshman that was a 5-star that can catch with one hand. I don't give a damn. Let me talk to me about those other guys that have been in the program.
You've been a little disingenuous with that statement, but okay, I do.
But you know what I'm saying. Yeah. You know what I want that guy. Don't get me wrong. I want that guy to be great, but I want to see the guys that I've been waiting to see too. Are they ready? Are they going to step up? Like, are they going to do their part? Yeah. So, So anyways,
I was just saying. I only said that because he's like, I don't want to see the new 5-star. I'm like, that's all y'all got. So everybody's like that. So I'm like, of course.
Yeah. I'm just like, a little humble brag.
I'm just like, wow. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So like, oh my God. I'm not gonna tell you. You kind of sounded like General Vic in Alabama.
I know.
Right?
What's understood doesn't need to be explained. You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why I tell people there's different types of programs. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Now, if you want me to be petty with it, I can be petty with it because that's why I don't. That's why I don't say everybody is him, because we actually have guys that could be him, not just guys that we're wanting to be him. So there's that difference. But whatever, I get it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And about Arch Manning winning the Heisman, obviously, he's not going to do that because Caden Salter is going to win the Heisman. But I mean, I get the effort with it, though. I get the effort.
You're right.
Yeah.
So I also heard. I cannot believe I'm even going to repeat this. I was minding my business. I got a Twitter message and somebody said, you have to watch this clip. And I was like, oh God, why? Why do I always, why? And then I clicked on it. Somebody said they would rather have Salters over Arch Manning.
Come on, really? You shouldn't even repeat it.
And it was a whole soliloquy of all the reasons they want Caden Salters, but all of the things they said actually applied to Arch Manning. And that's when I knew that I just needed to stop.
I cut them all off. I cut them all.
So that's when and that's why I was like, why do I do this? Why do like that? But that's I always say, I try not to click. I try. And you know what else is crazy is I want everybody to be great, but I think we need to realize what great is for different teams. You know what I mean? Like everybody's definition of great, like what I would accept for Texas is not the same expectations I have for Colorado. It's just not.
Right.
It's just not.
Right.
So like Texas better figure that shit out ASAP. Colorado, right. I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be honest.
The left side looks good, but the right side, it's okay. Yeah. But Texas, I'm like, why the fuck does the left side? What are we doing? Block. Right.
I mean, if CU wins 5 games this season, why would anybody be mad about that?
I picked 6. I have 6 and 6 right now. So
okay, well, 6,
absolutely.
Okay, fine. Okay, cool. 5, 6. I mean,
yeah.
5, 6,
I absolutely would not be upset.
Why would anybody be mad about that?
I don't know.
See, this is what frustrates me. I'm just like, you lost 2 top 5 picks. If Texas lost 2 top 5 picks, they're going to take a step back. Now, they step back still may be a playoff team, but it's going to be, oh my God. Alabama didn't hardly lose. Well, they lost Downs, but they had plenty of people to replace him. They took a step back. That's what happens. Now they lost their head coach, but I'm looking at it on the same lines. I try to tell people that, but they wouldn't listen. But that's fine. That's what happens.
Well, can I just say too, and because I think this might work with. Okay, go with me here because some people are going to freak out when I say this. I don't think people realize how consistent yours was in the locker room for the team. Arch has to learn that skill set. Now, I'm not sitting here saying yours is better than Arch. That's what I'm saying. But I think that sometimes in football, not just football, in all sports, we forget that when you lose people from a team, you do lose something that they bring to the team, positive and negative. You know, it's like the team, Coach Sark had guys that he has had on that team last year that's gone, that has been with him since the team was 5 and 7. They're no longer there. Yours was his quarterback, you know what I'm saying, for 3 seasons. Like, you can't just plug and play. Like, it's going to take him a minute, you know what I mean? To figure out, like, okay, what is my flow with Arch? What triggers him? What gets him going? And my thing is if I can say that about the University of Texas, why are we not saying that about the University of Colorado?
I don't know. That's like, they crazy.
That's all I've ever asked is like, let's just call it what it is. Replacing anyone is hard. Replacing your quarterback that has been with you for at least 2 seasons minimum, because some of these quarterbacks, you know, stay longer. But my point is like, it's hard. And then you lose, Travis Hunter, who run the Heisman. Like, we're not talking about the Texas lost Jahdae Barron, the Thorpe Award winner, and we're all like, what are we going to do in our secondary? Who's going to lead our secondary? We're concerned. We have 5 stars and 4 stars. What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. I swear I don't get it. And honestly, the difference between the amount of weight that they carried, and shout out to them for being able to do it. That team was centered around them. It wasn't like, Bryce Young at Alabama.
Right.
Bryce Young was good, right? He was #1 draft pick. He was a good player, but they didn't center the team around Bryce Young.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Even C.J. Stroud for Ohio State, that team was not centered around C.J. Stroud.
Right.
Colorado was centered around their quarterback and Travis Hunter, period. It was them and nothing else. And you lose that? Man, come on, man. You'd be asinine not to even think to not even think that you're going to take a step back. But, I mean, anything can happen, right? They can still come back and win 10 games next year. I mean, anything's possible. But
that's it.
The probability
and again,
is extremely
it's going
low.
to take a little bit of time. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. It's going to take time. You have your head coach that's supposed to be at practice that is at Big 12 pro day. So, there's that. But the other thing is too, is these are the comments that are interesting because, again, like I said, we always want to go to the negative things that people bring to the table. I never said Ewers was a great quarterback. I never said that. What I said was Arch and Coach Sark have to learn each other because Coach Sark knew Ewers for 3 years. So, it's going to be different. Just like every team, just like who's the quarterback for Ohio State? Whoever the quarterback is for Ohio State, Ryan Day is going to have to learn that guy too. I don't know his name. Should I know his name? Oh, okay. I was going to say, do they have one yet? Okay. Or insert any other team, right? Miami's going to have to figure out when Carson Beck can even throw. They're going to have to figure out what he's going to do for their team. I mean, it's football.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it, really. I really don't get it. Man, that's something real.
I do have a question, though. Do you know who's going to be the Alabama's quarterback?
No idea. I asked Vic about it, and I don't think he even knew.
He doesn't know. Okay, so they don't know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, so they're saying that Ohio State quarterback is going to be Julian Sayin. I don't even know that. You know what? When I watch, so I'm one of those people, when I watch, I don't watch content about my team in the offseason. Like, I usually watch other teams' content because I like to see how they're covering other teams. So right now I'm watching heavy draft stuff. But when I watched Ohio State podcast probably a few weeks ago, they were saying there was another guy. They were saying that guy's name, but there was another guy that they were saying.
I don't know. They got enough talent on there. Me or you?
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, we probably win 10 games. Me or you. Yeah, they got enough talent. Yeah.
I already know what I'm gonna do.
What you gonna do? Hand it off every time?
Hand it off, and then as soon as y'all think I'm gonna hand it off, I'm gonna tell Jeremiah Smith, listen, bro. Let me tell you something. The furthest I can throw is around the 20, okay? So just curl back. Like, act like you're going to hit it hard. Curl back and catch this ball, okay?
Yeah, that's funny.
No matter how I get it out, you got to just catch it. That's all you got to do is just catch it.
He can go get it. You know what I found weird, though, this season? People was pubbing, the Williams young man from Alabama?
Ryan Williams?
Ryan Williams. But oh boy, for Ohio State was the truth.
Well, you know why, though? It was because we got to see Ryan Williams do what he did against Georgia. And so you know how that recency bias, we got to see that the game was close. He literally caught the pass that sealed the game. He basically kind of went off, but then Ohio State's up there playing freaking, I don't know, the schools they play. Like, they weren't really playing anybody. That's why I think that happened. But then if you notice, as the season kind of wore down, Jeremiah Smith showed up more than Ryan Williams did.
You're right about that. But I just Out and Ryan. Why I'm like, no, that young man up there at Ohio State, Smith, is way better.
Yeah,
He's
he
way
is. And you know what's kind of funny is it's like saying, like, I have $20 million and you have $15 million. They're
better.
all great. You know, like
Exactly
that's not a knock on Ryan Williams.
exactly what
Like he's a $15 million man and Jeremiah Smith is a $20 million man. There's not like
yeah. Maybe too, because I'm in the South. Maybe that's why I heard him more. But
yeah.
maybe
Yeah, I feel like I think the other thing too is there were games where Jeremiah Smith just wasn't really, he was just a receiver. But I think it's because his team was loaded. So, I mean,
was loaded. You hear me? Loaded.
yeah. Yeah, it was, people were like, how do you feel losing to Ohio State? I'm like, they literally had the best roster in college football. What do you mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, did I want to lose to Ohio State? No, but I'm just saying, like, you're acting like we just lost. Even when we lost to Georgia, like Georgia basically bullied us and dominated us and all those things, but it's still Georgia. Like, I wasn't like, oh man, we suck. We lost to Georgia. I'm like, literally, probably only 6 teams in college football could beat Georgia. So should we have beaten them? Yes, but that's not the point, you know, like. I don't know. I just think some people don't realize, like, we're talking about the best of the best of the best of the best here. Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams are the best of the best of the best of the best.
Oh, right. You're right. You're right. And shout out to me for telling y'all how they were going to win the national championship before the season started. Oh, yes. That's me. Yeah, that's me. I'm the man.
Do you need that right now? You need a little bit of confidence?
I don't know. I think you need to play your little cow thing or something. Yeah, I think you need to play that. I mean, after that, come on. Give a brother something. You know what I'm saying? Where is that? Hooray! There you go. I feel better.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting from me.
Go say the most obvious.
That's all you're getting from me, from stating the most obvious team.
Oh my God. I was the only person I heard say Ohio State.
Well, I will be honest. You were the only person that stuck with them. Even because remember they kind of had a little moment. I think even I was like, okay, are y'all bored? Are y'all like, what are we doing? What's going on? I mean, hell, people wanted to fire Ryan Day after they lost to Michigan, straight up. They wanted to fire that man.
Yep, they sure did.
Talk about expectations.
Yep, they wanted to run him out. Man, that team was stacked. Golly, that team was stacked. But honestly, though, Georgia, I mean, let's be honest. Most people probably thought Georgia. A lot of people still riding that Georgia, which they were good. I am so disappointed in Kirby Smart. Hey, Kirby Smart. I've been trying to tell y'all, Kirby Smart, Mark Richt 2.0, but I don't want to argue about that. So let's just keep it moving.
So the one thing though I like about Georgia is, so it's like if you take Georgia's attitude, right, and like they're bullies, you know what I mean, like their aggressiveness, the way they play football, I don't know a better word than say bullies, and I mean that in the most respectful way, because I want my team to be like that. And then you take Ohio State's talent, and if you could ever match those two things together, nobody would ever be able to, like, that's who Georgia was when they didn't lose a game. Like, just running through people and basically get out of our way. Like, you were literally in our way. You're not as good as us, and you're in our way. Move. Like, yeah. So I don't know. But again, that's where I'm like, when I look at Texas, I'm like, who are we, right? Are we going to be really a finesse team? Because whenever we were good and we had like Vince Young and even Colt McCoy, we were really good on defense and we had a really good offense. But football has changed.
Yep.
That was 15 years ago. So I don't know who this new look Texas is. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for, is like, what are we exactly? I just don't know.
You know, you all could be that though. Easily that.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Texas becomes a bully team, I'm waiting for the moment. I'm waiting.
One more time. Go ahead and flick their fingers to your hair one more time. Let these ladies know. One more time. I'm not. No,
one more time. I'm not doing that. But yeah. I think of the day where I'm like, I know one thing that's going to happen is my defense is showing up today. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, anyways, I'm just waiting for that moment of like, oh, okay, so this is who we are. Okay. I don't know yet. I just don't know. But now we have Arch Manning, and apparently he can't win the Heisman because Salters is going to. So he's out on that one. So, whoo.
The question,
That
hey,
sucks.
the question is, what about Alabama? What are they gonna do? I think Alabama's on the turning point of turning into LSU.
It's so weird you said that because I was going to say I feel like LSU has become what Alabama might become. So I will be honest and say this though, and I think I might be out of line. I might be saying this because I'm a Texas fan. I don't know. I think LSU has benefited the least from having Texas come over into the SEC. Because remember, it was always like LSU, Bama, Georgia. You know what I mean? It was always those schools. And now with Texas coming in, first of all, they don't play Texas. So there's no point there's no moment for them to even like kind of put their stake in the ground and be like, we're better. You know what I mean? So there's this weird thing. And then with Alabama sliding, most people are paying attention more to Alabama. So now it's like a Texas sliding Alabama, Georgia conversation. And so there's this weird thing happening where it's like, and I don't know if they have a coaching problem or if they honestly, there's times I watched them last year and I was like, this ain't it. Because I watch every LSU night game. Everyone. I don't care I don't care. I'm watching it. I love LSU at night. I don't care.
Yeah, it's off the chain. LSU,
I just wasn't.
Yeah, it's off the chain. Yeah, you're right. I would say, for those
who is there? We don't know what Alabama's going to do though, because
we don't.
Yeah,
but for those who's listening to me when I said Alabama may turn into LSU, and what I meant by that is like LSU still won national titles, but they wouldn't consistently at the top every year in and year out.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I mean by slide. Now, the problem, I think, I'm kind of disappointed because I thought Brian Kelly, when he first got to LSU, I thought he was the second best coach in the SEC. And it hadn't. The first year, it did turn out that way. The second year, he fell off, and last year it wasn't as good. I think this is his third year. So I am a little disappointed in him. I thought he was a better coach than what he has displayed, even though they hadn't been god awful. They just hadn't been what you would expect from LSU. Now,
how have they recruited?
They still recruit.
Are they still top 10?
I don't know if they're top 10 this year or not, but they're pretty high. You have to look it up to see. I can't come off the dome. But the Tech now, okay, I'm gonna start.
Oh yeah, so they were 7th.
Okay, so you're still.
So they're getting players. Yeah.
Now, okay, I'm gonna sound like the Hall of Fame guy. Okay, I'm gonna sound like him a little bit. The deal with Texas, though, they have got extremely lucky in scheduling.
Of course.
That
was my whole point. That's what I was saying. Is like, so, and I tell this to people, and I think they think I'm joking, but I'm dead ass. Listen, Texas has privileges. We have the pretty girl privilege. We have a ton of money. Schools in Austin. If we're good, everyone's going to watch because they don't want us to be good. And if we're not good, they're going to watch because they want to talk crap about us. Whether you like the University of Texas or not, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
We have a pretty girl privilege. So if you know people in life that have a pretty girl privilege, insert Texas. It's the same thing. That's what I'm like, you're not wrong.
Yeah. And now, if I was an Oklahoma fan, I could see myself being kind of frustrated by that, because let's be honest about it. Outside of the ancillary things, Oklahoma has been a much better football program than Texas in the last 10 years.
Like, that's not even close.
It ain't close. Exactly. It exactly. And Oklahoma has now been relegated to be the new Mississippi State of the SEC. It's kind of tough. I guess
Right.
Mississippi State is kind of harsh. I guess.
But I know what you're saying.
I'm trying to think. I hate to say Auburn, but Auburn got natties.
They're just there.
Middle. They're in the middle. They're mid
Yeah.
tier. They're a mid tier college football program, but they was in the voice of Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia. Texas wasn't even in the same breath as them.
Wasn't even in the conversation.
They have went from the top of the mountain to mid-tier, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah. And that's why I always tell people, like, listen, if I were you, I would hate Texas too. Because in your mind, Texas swept in and whatever. But again, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's why for me, I'm like, and you know this, I don't argue with fan bases unless I feel like it. But I don't argue with fan bases about fan bases because at the end of the day, neither one of these fan bases are paying me. So I'm not going to defend you that way. But it's funny to me how many people like blame Texas fans for having Texas privilege. What do you want me to do? Yeah. Be like, no? Okay. And if I say no, then what? Can we stop the argument? I don't understand what you want me to say. Like, look at the schedule. We can see the schedule. We all know. And I mean, this year, Texas' schedule is going to be harder than last year. And I know everyone's going to get sick and tired of if Arch Manning goes in there and beats Ohio State. Do you know how much they're going to hype him up for the next 4 weeks?
Oh, he's going to he's going to win the Heisman if he beats Ohio State.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then think and I don't have the schedule pulled up in front of me, but I think it's like we play Ohio State, then we do our run of whatever teams, right? And then I believe go to Florida, or we have a bye week or something in there, and then we go to Florida, and then after that we go to Oklahoma State. Go to Oklahoma. So, but my point is like, just imagine a 7-0, 8-0 Texas Longhorn team.
Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's gonna, yeah. No, they're gonna probably be. Yeah,
y'all weren't that great.
Yeah. Like, they'll be top three team in the country, and Oklahoma. I don't know if
while Oklahoma is playing what? LSU at night and LSU. I'm making this up, but like LSU and LSU at night. Who else is Oklahoma? Oklahoma plays Alabama.
Right.
Oklahoma. Do they play? They don't play Ole Miss, do they? They play South Carolina.
Yeah, I can't come off the top of my head. I'm letting
and I think Oklahoma this year plays Michigan.
I think they do too. But I don't think people really are understand. I know you do, but if y'all listening to us, Oklahoma was Ohio State until Lincoln Riley left. It's the exact same program.
Yeah, because even with Stoops, they were really good.
Yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
Right. Oklahoma was the Big 12's representative into the playoffs.
Yep.
Year in and year out. Had Georgia beat, but couldn't stop a nosebleed. But and they have went from that to middle of the pack. That's terrible.
That's why I always tell Colorado fans when they're like, we're now the Texas of the Big 12. I'm like, you don't want to be the Texas of the Big 12. You want to be the Oklahoma of the Big 12.
Right.
And respectfully, nobody's going to be the Texas of the Big 12 because Texas was getting all the recruits. They didn't do a damn thing with them, but they were getting the best recruits. So.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. What Oklahoma had two Heisman Trophy winners and one runner-up?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Oklahoma. Now, I wish Hall of Fame was here. I feel like Oklahoma has, like, in the year 2000 to 2025, I believe Oklahoma probably won the Big 12. I'm making this up. I'll give them probably 15 times out of 25, maybe 10. Like,
to be relegated. I see why, because I do listen to them. And I'm not talking about just the Hall of Fame, but a lot of Oklahoma fans, and I can hear the hate.
That's why they hate us.
Hey, look, let me tell you, they lied. Oh my God, let me tell you about Oklahoma fans. They lied to themselves about being happy that Lincoln Riley's go. I'm like, you're lying. Just stop lying. No, you're not.
Why would they be happy that Lincoln Riley's gone though? Because they think now they have a defensive guy.
Yeah, the defense. I'm like, they just lying to themselves to make them feel good. But you know how it is. But you can tell every time Lincoln Riley's name come up, you can hear the, you know what I'm saying, all the hate in it. And I'm
The
just like,
cringe.
yeah, and and unfortunately, they're not going to be good next season either. They're not. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, what I mean by good is I'm talking about what Oklahoma's supposed to be. Will they win? Can they win 7 games? Maybe. Remember me telling Bishop? I told Bishop that. I think it was on. I said, Bishop, bro, y'all are not, bro. Y'all gonna be sorry, bro.
You
No,
did. You told him that last year.
yeah, I was like, bro, y'all gonna be sorry, bro. No, we got. I was like, bro, come on, man. I said, you ain't got it, bro. Y'all. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm one of those people. Everybody that's like, I don't understand how you're this way. Everyone's like, I need my rivals to be decent halfway because we're going to play you. So if something happens and we lose to you, I need people to be like, oh, okay, that's your loss. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like it's a rival, the team's decent. You know what I mean? Like you can't suck and then Texas trips up and loses to you. And now we suck and now we have a bad loss because you suck. Like I need you not to do that. And Oklahoma and Texas are tied because we moved to the SEC together. So I kind of need them to kind of, like
pick it up.
Yeah.
But
yes,
y'all still
win
got
games.
Y'all still got Texas A&M. I mean, because Oklahoma will not write this down. Oklahoma will not be better than Texas A&M next year.
Ooh, okay. So you think this year Texas A&M is going to have more wins than Oklahoma?
Yes, without a doubt. And that's sad.
Oklahoma probably has one of the toughest schedules in the SEC. So I don't even need to look at A&M schedule because I think A&M plays. I think their hardest game. I think A&M plays LSU, and then Missouri. Like I think they have those teams. I think. Yeah. I can't. What's going to be funny is when they redraw, because this year we're playing the teams that we played last year, and then when they make the new schedule, if Texas, when they flip it, if Texas gets like Missouri and like all the others,
yeah,
because like everybody thinks when this new schedule comes out, right, Texas's schedule is going to be just like everybody else's. I am going to laugh like nobody's business if that schedule comes out and it's still like harder schools. But then you still have the others,
right?
Everybody wants on their schedule,
right?
So,
well, hey, Oklahoma fans, just let y'all know. I know y'all probably used to crap on Texas A&M. You are now worse than Texas A&M. Let's just get that straight. You are worse than the Milkmen. That's crazy. Worse than the Milkmen. Yeah, the Milkmen. That's the male cheerleaders. Yeah.
Did they play each other, A&M and Oklahoma?
I don't know if they do next year or not. I don't know
if they do or any. That sounds like a fun game.
God, that's crazy, man. That is Texas, that's crazy.
A&M. Well, can A&M? Oof.
Oh, they're worse than Missouri. Oh my God, they're worse than Missouri.
So do they play in football? Oh, no, football.
That's so bad. They're so
what
bad.
happened to Missouri this year, though?
I don't know. They were better than Oklahoma.
Oh well, yeah. I can't lie. I can't disagree with you.
That's crazy.
Oh, so they don't play. I would be interested to see them play against each other. Because A&M's another team that gets a lot of good recruits and stuff like that. So I'd just be interested to see like how they match up with each other. But it's okay. OU's now a softball school. It's okay. They'll figure it out.
Hey, I ain't mad about that. Good. Hey, shout out to the softball team.
All they do is win.
Yeah, shout out to them.
All they do. If you want to see a winning program, go see Oklahoma softball. Okay, because they will win not only games but championships.
Shout out to that. I give them that. I ain't mad at them for that.
Yeah,
I thought Texas had a pretty good softball team once upon a time.
No, they still do. It's just usually in the rankings we're 2 and Oklahoma's 1, or they're 1 and we're 2. But now we're in the SEC, so the SEC has other really good softball programs. So the Big 12, was kind of whatever with softball. So Texas, I think they just lost to Florida, actually. But again, the SEC has some decent softball teams. So this is the first time that both schools will play competition like throughout the season. So
it just means more.
That's it. I think it's funny though too, because everybody thought like Texas was going to get ran out of the SEC and all this stuff, and I'm like, and every single sport, it hasn't happened yet, folks.
No, y'all ain't got ran out. Y'all hadn't got ran out.
I mean, we're beating A&M at everything. And, you know, for Texas fans, that's all they care about. Is like, are we better than Texas A&M? All right, cool. Then we're good.
Yeah, y'all, man, yeah, man. But y'all should though. Y'all were built the right way. Sark built you all the right way, so that helped.
Yeah, we just need him to get over that hump.
Yeah, he built y'all the right way. Yeah, if he run the ball a little bit more, he'd probably be even better. But,
you're concerned with the running the ball. I'm concerned with the handoff, pass right, toss to the left, but your whole offensive line is lined up on the right.
oh my God.
What? I don't know much about play designs.
I'm just saying, that was extremely specific.
That lets you know how many times I saw that. And I'm just like, bro, just have your probably first round draft pick at left tackle decide he's going to go run somebody over and look at him dead in his face and say, hey, I need, like, you know what I'm saying? I need 5 or whatever. Like, what are we doing?
Oh my God.
Anyways.
I'm glad you. No. That was good. I'm glad you mentioned that because I need to ask. Talk to me about your tackle. Is he like that?
Which one?
Your first round draft pick.
Kelvin Banks.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good, and he's. I always say offensive linemen have this certain personality where, like, you know, they play football because they're big, but they're like the quietest, most protective people. He's that, like, he is an offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he loves it. He loves it. If you ever had a conversation with him, like, he's like, yeah, what do you do? He's like, he protects the quarterback. Like, he doesn't even say he plays offensive line. Like, he's that guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he measured actually an inch taller, and his arm length was longer than what's the guy's name? The LSU's left tackle.
I don't know off the top of my head.
So his physical measurements were better than his. Will something, I think. Anyways, so yeah, no, I think Kelvin Banks would be fine. And I think Kelvin Banks came into the University of Texas as a freshman, missed the spring, came in for fall, about 4 weeks, obviously 4 weeks before the season started, earned the spot immediately and never lost it.
Okay. Do you know what they have him? I mean, it's
I think it depends on it depends on where you look. Some people have him at 12. Some people have him at 10. I think it's going to come down to who takes a quarterback, who takes a defender, how everybody else picks. But nobody, everything I've seen him at 10. So I've seen him at the 49ers. I feel like I've seen him at Green Bay. Who is 10?
The 49ers, I give for depth. They need another left tackle.
Well, yeah, because, you know, what's his name is he's getting older. Trent Williams, he's kind of getting hurt, kind of. You know how it is. Okay. You know how it is.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, I knew they had Trent. I knew they had Trent Williams, and I was just like, that's the only reason why I asked. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, I think if the 49ers, based off everything they're doing right now, would be a great time to go get a good left tackle that you can solidify. And, you know, because I always tell people, because once you get a left tackle, you don't got to get another, like, that's the guy. You know what I mean? Like, check. So yeah, I've seen him. I haven't seen him going any higher than 20. And I've seen him go as low as, who's number 7? Is it the Raiders? Anyways,
Raiders at 7.
Okay, so I've seen him go from like 7 to like 23 or 25 is kind of where I've seen him, depending on who's.
Oh my God! If 25, y'all better get him.
That's what I keep saying. I just don't think he's going. I just don't see it because. So what, you know how this goes though. What happens is they have a mock draft, right? And then I'm making this up, but then like Alabama has a pro day. So then like whatever guy shine, then because he's at Alabama, they'll move him and then whatever. But even like Matthew Golden, the receiver, he's kind of doing the same thing, right? He was at nobody. A couple of people had him like at 30, 31. Some people were like, he'd be perfect at the Texans. Then he goes and runs a 4.29. And then all of a sudden people are like, well, wait a second. Like, should we take him at so he messed up everybody's draft boards again. So I think it's going to depend on, you know, what happens. So
now, Where are the Texans draft? You know, you don't happen to have that, do you?
I think they're 20th
Okay, because
because they made the playoffs.
yeah. Now I know they picked up somebody in free agent. I can't think of his name. The only reason why I asked about their tackle because I heard him
Oh
on Get
no.
Up talking about him. So
So the Texans own 4 picks in the top 89. And so here's the thing about the Texans. They got rid of Larry Tonsil, who's
right,
their left tackle.
right.
And then they also got rid of one of their guards. But respectfully, that offensive line was so bad.
But then they pick up. Didn't they pick up Cam Robinson though?
Hold on.
I don't know. I'm coming off the dome again. I'm coming off.
Okay, so the Texans are pick 25. So maybe that's where I saw Kelvin Banks going. It was like the Texans, the Packers, the Raiders, the 49ers, and there's one other place I've seen him slotted.
Mm.
So
okay, so
but again,
he's not gonna fall far enough for anybody.
I don't if Kelvin Banks is available at 21, you take him immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as they are announcing pick number 20 and it's not Kelvin, you immediately call and you say, okay, here's our card, Kelvin Banks, and you don't even think about it. You just take them and you keep it moving. So,
yeah, they need, he's
look at Rosecrans dropping my Cash App. I know that's right.
I see you, Rose. I see you.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, man, I tell you. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting draft. It's gonna be extremely interesting. I'd like to see what you all gonna do in the draft. It's gonna be, if you're not gonna get a quarterback, what you gonna do? Because y'all been drafting offensive linemen for the past umpteen years.
I'm so sick of them. So we have drafted an offensive lineman in 2024. We drafted an offensive lineman. So we got Broderick Jones, 2023. I feel like in 2022 was Kenny Pickett.
I thought it was Dan Moore. Didn't y'all draft Dan Moore?
I thought he was 2021 or was Pickett 2000. If I am right, that lets you know that I'm psychotic. Let me see. Steelers draft picks by year. I just know that everybody that we've gotten in the first round, I've kind of been like, I will say though, Broderick Jones did get better.
Is it bad picks or is lack of development?
I think we suck at developing offensive line. Okay. So 2024, yes, the guy from Washington, offensive tackle. 2023 was Broderick Jones. I'll be honest with you. Broderick Jones I think Broderick Jones might be okay. So we'll see. Then there's Kenny Pickett. Then Najee was in 2021. Devin Bush was in 2019. Terrell Edmonds, a safety, was in 2018. Why did we pick him? 2017, TJ Watt. 2016, Artie Burns. Like, just listen to this. 2015, Bud Dupree. 2014, that was Ryan Shazier. 2013, Jarvis Jones. 2012 was the last time we got an offensive lineman, and that was David DeCastro. Brilliant pick. Cameron Hayward, 2011, brilliant. Marquise Pouncey, 2010, brilliant. Everybody else, no.
Okay. So y'all must have traded for Dan. Yeah, did y'all trade for Dan Moore then?
Dan Moore's gone.
Is he gone?
Yeah,
he went on the team last year?
He was on the team last year, but he just went somewhere because I think next year we're going to get I think he went to Tennessee because next year I think we're going to get a draft pick for him. What is it? Was it the compensatory or whatever?
Yeah, compensatory pick.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't tell you what it's called. I struggle with reading, so.
Oh my God, you can't. Both of us can't be that now.
Okay. So he went to Tennessee.
Okay.
Tennessee building up that offensive line. I see you.
Well, apparently y'all didn't like him, so y'all let him go.
I don't think it's him though. I think, like I said, we have the guy who we drafted that got hurt, and then we had another guy that we got. Remember, I was telling you, we had this conversation at the very beginning of the season. We got him, and then he got hurt. So I feel like those two guys are probably going to come back. So it's like, you know how these teams do. And he went and he got $82 million deal with $42 million guaranteed. The Steelers weren't going to pay him that because I think they're in a freaking rebuild.
Whoa, he got what? What did he get?
82 million, 42.5 guaranteed. That's why they're going to get that pick because of that big old payday.
I didn't even know he was worth that.
I don't think he is worth that. But somebody else is probably looking for him, and he's a left tackle. So, and to be honest with you, though, he might be better in the AFC South because they play Jacksonville, the Colts. The Texans are going to give him some trouble, but you know what I mean? Like the competition there he might be better there.
Wow, I didn't know he got that. Well.
Goat thinks I'm lying when I say I'm struggling to read. I don't know why people have these expectations of me that I know how to read. I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
I'm doing my best at life, okay? I'm doing my best.
Here we go. It's only one loser on this panel, and that's me. So
there's only one loser. Anyways, well, I just was jumping on live. Like I said, I got Rawhide. I have 5 members on my channel. That's so cute.
Congratulations.
I know. And then I release behind the scenes videos for them to watch. It's kind of cool. It's been cool. And then I release my videos early to them. It's so cool. So anyways, I am grateful. So I started off this live saying thank you to them. So I'm going to end this live and say thank you to them because I appreciate them. Now Goat's calling me a liar because I said I can't read. How come when other people say they can't do stuff, nobody challenges them? For me, I'm like, I can't read. And people are like, you're lying. I'm like, I don't know how to do my hair. People are like, you're a liar. I'm like,
we see you can know how to do your hair. I saw how you flicking it. Go, pick it one time for us. Go on.
I go get this done.
Y'all see it?
Don't you think for 2 seconds I know how to do this, okay?
She said it's real too. It's real.
Listen, Lord knows I need my braids back. But
see, here we go. There you go.
I should have gotten them when all this wind was coming. But anyways, that's a different conversation for nobody. Nobody cares
it's okay
my braid fascination.
Dark and lovely. Ain't nothing wrong with having dark and lovely.
Until you have to do it every day. I'm showing up in meetings like this. I'm like, hey, sorry guys. Okay, on slide 7. Sorry.
I feel you. Hey, flex on it. Flex on it. Do it one more time. Pick it up. Hey, I saw what you did. Hey, let me translation. I can do this and y'all can't.
When I showed up today, my one of my students goes, oh, you got your hair washed.
Yeah.
Get some business. Leave me and my bun alone. So yeah. Hey, and she was dead. So she was like, oh. I'm like, thanks. Thanks for your pity, like high pitch. Oh.
Is that what that was?
It was like I feel sorry for you. So, good job. You finally got that hair done. Thank you.
Oh my God! Hey, listen, look. You know me. I salute it. Hey, I'm proud. I'm proud. Hey, I like to see it. I like to see that. You are looking magnificent today. I got tip my hat to you.
Oh yeah. Well, I do what I can. I look like a mushroom.
Man, look at y'all see it, don't y'all? Look at it.
No, because it sticks to my head. Yes, give me some body.
Look at it.
Okay, I was placating a little bit there. I was doing the most. I got it.
Hey, listen, I like it. I like you flexing. I like you flexing on it like that.
I honestly just like you being my hype man. I like you being my hype man. Like,
hey, is that what, look? I feel like I'm translating. You remember the dude that translated for Barack? I feel like I'm translating. I'm just pulling that. That's all I'm doing. I'm telling the crowd what you saying. That's all I'm doing.
You're the voiceover. So I do the action and then you do the voiceover.
Flex on.
I could do
it. Yeah.
That's funny. Anyways, well, I'm going to end this live. Thanks for chatting with me and coming on. And thank you for being supportive. And thank you for getting on my nerves. And thank you for taking all the hits, even when you shouldn't. And thank you for, well, I won't say that. No, I won't say that either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Also,
Yeah.
I hope you get everything taken care of. I know that there's things you're working on and things you need to do. So
Oh yeah, I'm
I hope you
totally,
get all
man. Look,
this.
hey, look. I'll say this. Never seen Cars, but I have seen Cars 1, 2, Mona. I've seen Cinderella. I am thoroughly immersed.
So which one's your favorite?
uh actually this movie came out. It's an animated movie. It's called Lucky. So I don't know. I watched it the other day. So yeah.
Lucky?
Yep.
It's a kids movie?
Yep. It sure is Lucky.
Huh.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my favorite. But
Okay. Do you know any words yet?
no.
Okay. I was trying to see if it's like you've watched it 10 times or kind of like 5 times. You know how
No.
sometimes you're kind of like,
I can't commit it to memory. I just got too much. I got too many passwords. I got to remember to commit anything like that.
oh. And then you change your password, and then your password says, you can't use this password because
Yeah, I know. I know.
Like, so then what was the whole point of this exercise? Because I typed that.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And it always happens when you really need it at that moment. So
Right.
yeah.
Hey, Riff, I appreciate you putting up with me. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't keep people out the running people from joining the panel off. You know, I'm kind of.
You know what's funny is I usually when I go live once I start talking, people want to hear me just talk. And I'll drop the link and I'll be like, anybody can come up, and they're like, no, we'll just listen to you talk. So what do you think about this? I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay. Translation, I hated on the show today. Okay, I get it.
No, I don't mind. You know me, I can talk to almost anybody. So you're all right. I mean, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, so I guess
I caught that almost, just let you know.
No, anybody is welcome to come up and talk to me at any time I drop the link. I don't mind at all. So
almost anybody.
That is true, because I will leave you in the back if I don't want to bring you up.
Let me stop.
I have gotten an email like, hey, I was in the background, and I'm like, I know.
Oh my God, that is so crazy, man. That is so crazy.
My favorite thing in the world that I'll get off of here is like when I see people taking shots at me, and then when I see people taking shots at me using my content, using my talking points and talking about it on their show, but don't tell people where they got the information from. I have a problem with that. If you're going to quote me directly, and I know you quoted me directly because I'm the only person that creates the type of content where I'm like digging in the weeds, and you like try to use it as your own, but then you try to double back to me to make sure I don't know about it.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of work.
No, I get people send me links all the time.
No, I'm talking about the people that do that. I'm like, man, that's just way too much work.
Well, I think though what happens is like, if we're honest here, there's a lot of people that cover all kinds of football teams it's not most of the time it's Colorado content creators, but the Colorado content creators, anytime you cover your team, you know the truth. You know how you feel. You know what your eyes are telling you. You know the truth, right? Because you know it. What happens though is once you put your fan lens on it, you back off of being too blunt with the truth, right? Because then you're like, oh, dang it, And so they try to find ways to say the same thing I'm saying without saying it like I'm saying it. So I think what happens is they'll watch and kind of see how I'm saying it, and they'll try to come up with words, which is fine. I've also had people that have reached out to me and been like, hey, I just want to let you know, I totally got this talking point for you, and I'm using this on your show. And you know me, I'm like, cool, go use it. I don't care. Say it, but it's the things when you try to like, you think I don't know, or like you add a comment to my thing and then you delete it, but I've already gotten the notification that you added the comment, so I can still see the comment you wrote.
Yeah, they don't know that.
Even if you deleted it.
Yeah, they don't know that. Hey,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
hey, Hall of Fame show then.
Hall of Fame. We had a whole Oklahoma. We needed like answers, and he pops up at the end of this.
Yeah, I know.
we're like, we don't know. Hall of Fame, real quick. Can you tell me how many times did Oklahoma win the Big 12 from 2000 to 2024? Do you know off the top of your head how many championships Oklahoma football won in the Big 12 between 2000 and 2024? 14. See, it was close. That was close.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I said 15.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
close.
yeah. It was close. Hey, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
That
And
was
that's why I
good.
always tell people, you don't want to be if you want to be the Texas of the Big 12, that means to me that you want to get very good recruits and do nothing with them. You do not want to be the Texas of the Big 12. You want to be the Oklahoma of the Big 12. Be us if you just want to get really good talent. Be Oklahoma if you want to win. that's what I usually say. So yeah, there
Well,
it is.
no, well,
Closest
I
is
would say,
Texas 4, Kansas State 4.
yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I would say though, if I wouldn't want to be Oklahoma now, I mean,
Well,
they,
this is SEC
yeah, you're right.
Texas.
I mean, to be less than to be less than the team that you dominated in the Big 12, Missouri and Texas A&M is kind of embarrassing.
See, now you're gonna get. You know what? Let me get off this because y'all. No, already know how this goes. Everybody have a good night. If you haven't already, go to Rawhide's channel, subscribe to Rawhide. If you want to just listen to, I don't even know. If you want to listen to a little bit of everything, you should go there.
Really,
And
it's
then
everything. Really, I have lost total control. I have no control. I have none.
It's everything.
I
It's
have
everything.
no control. Oh my God, today. I'm sorry, you finna go. All right, I'm done. That's
and then the
crazy.
other thing is if you don't forget to like my channel, subscribe to my channel, all the things. Hall of Fame, you know how to reach me. So if you want to do something together, just let me know. I'm just here to tell you though, you know how I am. So if I have something to say, I'm going to say it. So if that's offensive, I don't know what to tell you. No, he won't get offended, but I just know how his audience is because I dabble over there. But yeah, and then my membership, I have 5 members. Woo, go me. I'm thriving. I have 5 members. Did I already say that's amazing?
I heard that.
I'm so happy.
I heard that.
Anyways, you heard what?
Oh, could you hear? Everybody can hear that? Oh, I thought I was whispering. Oh,
You're
man.
ridiculous. Anyways, yes, Hall of Fame, get in touch with me. We'll figure something out. Even if we just come on here and do a live, it doesn't have to be anything structured. Because I told Rawhide this already. I don't even want to talk about Texas.
I tell you.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, actually, I will do it, and I will be a super fan when it comes to Texas. Actually, I will play a role, and I will talk about how great Texas is.
Oh my God.
By the way, I don't believe any of that. I'm just making that up.
Oh my God. One super fan at a time. One super fan.
No, I can't do it. I don't know. All I know is Arch Manning can throw a spiral and we have recruits. Other than that, we'll figure it out.
Oh my God. Is that a shot? Is that a shot at Oklahoma? Sound like a shot at Oklahoma to me.
How is that a shot at Oklahoma?
I don't know. I just needed to say it. Maybe I can get some
I was like,
I don't know. I'm just trying to stall
I was like, I think they think they have good recruits.
Yeah, that's just me being an
Anyways. I'm ending the live stream. Bye,
all right.
everyone.
Take it easy.